And Alex, statement number one. After putting on one hell of a performance in primetime this week and making the what would seem like the MVP favorite at this point look like his Detroit self at times, the Titans are now current Super Bowl favorites. Buy it or sell it.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna buy it.
Oh,
Here's why I'm gonna buy
oh,
it. I really, really am struggling to try to find any consistency in the AFC. The AFC is so bad right now from just a top end standpoint. You know, you have a couple teams that are interesting. You have the Ravens, the Chargers, the Bills that on a good day, when they put it together, they look incredible.
Mm-hmm.
When you have the Chargers go, up and down on the Browns like that on a good defense and put up 47 points. And then, at the time, it looked like a great win when they went into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs there. And then the Ravens, you can go from, dominating the Chargers to getting manhandled by the Bengals, who the Bengals, on the other hand, where have they been the last 2 weeks?
Dude, ever since I put them in the power rankings, man. Ever since I put them number 5 on the power rankings, they've screwed me.
And here's the problem. This is our fault. This is the whole media's fault. And
yeah.
Yes, I'm including us in this whole media, the media turnstile here, because when we finally anointed the Cincinnati Bengals as a team to look out for, a team to watch out for, put some respect on their name, they go out, they lose to the Jets, and get blown out against the Browns. And at this point in the AFC, the only team we can really say can beat a team that is also of that upper echelon is the Tennessee Titans. And they do it in a variety of ways. And someone who I think, needs to get their flowers is Ryan Tannehill. When he is against adversity, he shows up. And he is not one of those guys that does it in a flashy way, but he makes the right play. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's great on his legs, incredible in the bootleg, makes the throws that he needs to. He's not flashy, just like I said, but he gets the job done.
He's clean, too. He doesn't really have a lot of turnovers, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing is when you have a team that just takes over the mindset of their coach and why they don't have a defense that jumps off the page stat-wise, it just seems like they do what needs to be done.
Dude, Mike Vrabel, one of the better coaches in the league. He just, if you want to talk about guys that can get a team to build around him and to join him in one common goal, I mean, it's the man that threatened to cut off his genitalia a couple postseasons ago.
That still might be on the table there. I mean, he just seems like one of the guys.
And I believe it. I believe he would. He's up there with Dan Campbell and biting kneecaps, man. I love that kind of coaching. It gets me going, man.
And I think it just galvanizes the team too. When you have a coach that's just absolutely insane and his biggest, joys in life are winning football games and removing body parts in winning football games, it just means a lot for that locker room. And so I've just been extremely impressed with how they've responded to adversity and in that stretch there where they beat the Bills, Chiefs, and now they go into LA and beat that dominant Rams team. It's just been so impressive. Mm-hmm. And especially Derrick Henry might come back for the playoffs. So all of a sudden you get into the playoffs with a high seed in the AFC. Who knows? Maybe even get a bye in the AFC. Mm-hmm. They come out here and then they get to just add in Derrick Henry, the MVP through the first 8 weeks. It could be incredible for them.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely it was more of a pass heavy kind of game for the Titans. A defensive heavy game is I think that's what surprised me the most about this game on Sunday Night Football, Alex, is that one of the teams, I mean, we know that offense can be really good. You have A.J. Brown, you have Julio Jones, you have a good offensive line, you have the best rusher in the league, arguably the greatest rusher of all time. You have a good quarterback back there. You have a good offensive system. Like, you don't really have necessarily, like, big superstar names over on that defense, but they played lights out against the Rams. I mean, picked Matt Stafford off a couple of times. Byard had pick 6 in this one. They got the fumble recoveries. They looked good, man. This defense impressed the hell out of me. And I know they didn't do anything crazy rushing the ball on offense. So only rushed for about 70, 75 yards this game. But to still put decent numbers without Derrick Henry, hell, Adrian Peterson got a touchdown, man.
Resurgence.
Dude, he's playing right now. He played with the dads of 2 current rookies in the league right now. Adrian Peterson, I know, is Pat Surtain. He played when his dad was in the league. And then Man, I forget the other guy. I think I forget the second one.
Dante Samuel?
I think it might be. Yeah.
Wow.
I
Two
think
DBs, wow.
I think it is, but I mean, at least to play with the rookies of the dads you played with. That's ridiculous. Adrian Peterson is never going to stop running the football. Hell, he's even running it well. So this team is super impressive. I will say that out of the AFC, definitely, because they are, although somewhat inconsistent, they're still the most consistent team. I know that's a very low bar there in the AFC. So they're the Super Bowl contenders out there, but current Super Bowl favorites. Still gotta sell it just because you have the 8-1 Arizona Cardinals, who of course beat the Tennessee Titans brutally in Week 1. I'll give the Titans a bit more of a pass on that one. Week 1, still going through some stuff. Definitely their worst game of the year. Worst game than they played against the Jets. That's for sure.
I think with the Titans though, we need to highlight too. Their interior pass rush on Sunday night was so disruptive, and highlighting that Jeffrey Simmons had 3 sacks on the night. Danico Autry had a sack and a half, should have been 2 sacks. But
2 guys with 5 sacks.
It's crazy how much push they got through the middle of the offensive line. And if you hear any talking head talk about how to disrupt the quarterback, especially one of those pocket passers, if you get pressure up the middle, you will disrupt the quarterback. And that's exactly what they did.
They Aaron Donald did. Aaron Donald in Aaron Donald's home. That's exactly what they did. The English isn't there, but the point is, so you understand that. So Alex sells it, or Alex buys it, and I sell it here.